Sachi's position being so high profile and her being so good at it means so much to the Japanese American community. I think we will forever remember her and think of the quality of work that she gave the job, but it's not just about quality of work, it's about passion, it's about believing in what you're doing, and it's about helping this community and helping the people within it.
She understands the role as the Chief Executive Officer, and she can really differentiate between movement versus motion. She is not a bureaucrat, she is an innovator who wants to get things done. Her legacy is national.
You know, she walks Oreo very early in the day, and then I think she walks poor Oreo again later at night, and I think that's a real time for her to work through everything. The stress of her current job, I think that she absorbed a lot of stress that, you know, that comes naturally to that position without passing that down to the rest of the team.
You know, it's a full day, the sun comes up, and we just need to get busy and get to work and get things done. I mean, it's just a peaceful time, you know, and I'm just thinking through a lot of things. So before all the madness starts happening.
This is Sachi's resume, by the way. And you know how they emphasize to you to keep it on one page maximum? Goes on and on and on and on. 3 pages at the end, references available upon request, okay?
First of all, it was one of the first times we were going out of state to look for accounting majors. My first impression of Sachi was intelligent, was calm, methodical thinker, a strong individual.
So here's my offer letter in 1988 for my first position in the county. And my salary at the time was $2,180 per month. It was just so exciting. As the executive officer, I support the Board of Supervisors in performing its duties as the governing body of the largest local government in the nation.
Because of her knowledge in working as an auditor and working with department heads in situations that probably weren't so pleasant, I knew that she could handle the difficult decisions that she would have to make, and she could work with the board appropriately. And I knew of some of the other candidates, and I knew that she was head and shoulders above them.
Sachi came to me when she became Chief Executive Officer, and she said, let's do this. Let's make opportunities for people who have high barriers to employment to have a chance to get county positions. So we found women who wanted blue-collar careers. She actually taught me how to make things happen in a big bureaucracy.
The Hall team has helped keep people safe by taking illegal drugs off the street, taking illegal providers off the street, and making sure that people don't come into harm's way by getting illegal or unlicensed health care. It's been there for 20 years, and it's going strong because it had a strong foundation with her vision and her planning.
Sachi has come out to the 5K to run it, I would say probably 4 or 5 times. And you can tell she loves the energy of the 5K. She loves being around 900 girls. Right, not everybody loves that, but a lot of us do. And it really is a fun, high energy day. And Sachi feeds off of it. And you can tell that she's both proud of the fact that she has been able to play some small role in making that day happen, but also she feels proud of seeing girls who are taking charge and they're running and they're feeling confident, and you can tell that she really, that fills her up.
Hello, future! I am so pleased and honored to be here with all of you.
I wish more people could know Sachi's philanthropy side because she has the biggest heart. And I know this is a woman who is very busy, and the busier you are, they say sometimes the more you can fit in, but come on, we're all busy and we don't all make time the way she does. She doesn't want credit for any of the great things that she's doing. She just wants it to happen. And she wants to see how she can help facilitate that in any way, big or small, which I think is very unique and makes her extra special.
From a public safety perspective, I would really describe Sachi Hamai as a first responder that doesn't have uniform. She's always been right there with me in relation to our strategic initiatives, and she's been an outstanding partner in relation to public safety. The Woolsey fire was probably one of the more dynamic incidents that I have experienced in my career. I would say that probably the second day, I just had to take a break and take a time out. It really questioned my leadership, my ability to think strategically, and really address the incident. So there were two people I called. She was one of them.
There are many contributions to choose from, but I think getting the county the AAA credit rating has to be up there. What Sachi and her team did was unprecedented. She has solidified and strengthened the county's fiscal health, achieving the highest credit worthiness that any municipal government can get.
So each year the county goes to New York to meet with the credit rating agencies, and it's really important because we get to tell our financial story. Everybody's confident in the room, we're telling our story, and all of a sudden the representative starts the same story again. Hey, really appreciate the information, but I'm not sure we're going to be able to give you the upgrade this year. And for me, it was like being in, you're watching a movie where all of a sudden everything slows down and you've got like tunnel vision, and then Sachi just jumps right in. On page 39, we clearly showed that our finances are doing this, that, and the other. Our economic data is trending, really strongly. And it was great because she was just really dogged. And as silly as it sounds, it was like, wow, I'm so proud. I mean, that's my CEO. That is our CEO representing our county. And you could tell it was personal, but it was personal to the county, which was fantastic. So with that, I certainly wish Sachi the best and just want to say, go Buffs.
One of the most important things that the CEO does is the budget. And that's a planning document, and as they say, it's a moral document. It's pulling together all of those priorities that the board has, that the public has, in order to create the spending plan for the next year. And so trying to manage and to some degree compartmentalize all of those things and making sure that we hit the most important of those priorities. To me, that's the job of the CEO, and that's something that Sachi has really done an exemplary job of.
Sachi has been a remarkable leader for Los Angeles County, has been a driver for her colleagues across the state to work in a way that is collaborative and that is forceful and that best represents their communities. Sachi will have a legacy that lives on for a long time in terms of how we should function to support our communities.
She can take an issue and work with all 5 board offices to make sure that the needs of each office is met, but at the same time looking at the county as a whole and recognizing that it's for the benefit of LA County, which is again why I think we got such an incredible credit rating, is because she's able to adapt and build it all up, and yet at the same time be responsible.
This is an army for good, an army that is fighting the injustices of poverty and the indignities of homelessness.
Without a doubt, after the voters in LA County passed Measure H, Sachi was the one that really got that up and running. And because of her efforts, thousands of homeless people have already come in from the streets, and we know it will be a lasting legacy of hers.
Sachi's legacy, I think, is going to go in 2 different directions. Number one, you can never take away the fact that she's the first Asian American woman to have done this job. But in addition to that, you have to consider how well she does her job and how knowledgeable she is in her job. And for that reason, you hope that she sets the precedent for the next person that steps into that position and is going to work equally hard and do an equally good job that Sachi did.
I don't see her retiring. I'm really looking forward to seeing where Sachi goes from here. It's only up.
So we've been asked to say what your greatest contribution has been to the county, and I have to say, bringing back respect for the color pink. You and Mary doing these events for all the women every year, and the swag, which I happily wear all the time, but seriously, of course. What I think your greatest contribution to LA County has been your ability to get from the idea to the action and to show all of us how that can work. To make real the things that the board imagines will lead to a better world, but never quite sure how.
It's hard to use one word to describe Sachi because I've known her, and so I've seen her in her roles working at the Auditor Controller, working at the Health Department as an auditor, but I would argue probably her tenacity and her loyalty to the LA County and making it so great.
Her budgetary acumen, coupled with her commitment to service, has enabled the county to invest deeply in some of the most important priorities of our time. She has been a mentor and role model to a generation of county leaders, particularly women of color. She leaves a legacy as an honest, collaborative, results-oriented CEO. Sachi Hamai, we salute you, we celebrate you, and we thank you.